Hello, everybody. So I am coming back to my monthly memory keeping journal. I made this in a previous video. I'll link it down below. And January is over, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of finish up decorating the cover of this a little bit because there was some stuff that I wanted to add. And then I'm going to go ahead and get into how I'm going to be decorating like the monthly pages. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And if you haven't already, visit me over on TikTok and Instagram. I like to post, some shorter videos over there, and I post over there more often just because it's easier, but I'm going to try and post everywhere more often. But yeah, so be sure to check me out. All that information is linked in the description box down below, as well as my Etsy shop and the link to my DIY channel, which is Melissa Makes a DIY, where I do all kinds of DIYs. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I just covered the inside cover of the front. I said that wrong. The inside of the front cover with some scrapbook paper, just because I wanted to cover up that kind of the way that it was cut up there. And then the back had some writing on it from the file folder, so I wanted to cover that up. So I'm just going to use the scrapbook paper. And guys, my phone focuses on stuff and I don't know what it's trying to focus on, but it does this thing where it jumps, and I tried to adjust it on this in the settings, and nothing that I do fixes it. I have a Galaxy and I don't know how to fix it. So anyway, so sorry for the jumping of the camera when it's trying to focus on Lord knows what. And all right, so then I'm going to take this scrapbook paper, which I really like. It's cute. I love the little, I think these are actually teacups, not coffee cups, but we're going to pretend they're coffee cups. And I'm going to make like a little pocket with the scrapbook paper. I just cut it down to the size that I wanted. And then I'm going to glue two of the sides down so that I can cut the little remainder off of it. I wanted it to be lined up perfectly, so that's why I didn't cut it in advance. But I'm just going to go ahead, glue down two of the sides, and then I'll glue down the other side as well. But I just wanted to make a little pocket here, just to add, any extra stuff that doesn't necessarily go into a certain month that I just want to keep as a memory for the year, or maybe like bigger, like say there's a flyer or I don't know, whatever, anything bigger. I figured I wanted a little space to kind of put that stuff in there. So I put it all the way in the back, and you can always like date it or whatever, just to kind of keep track of when you got it. So I went ahead, cut off that edge, and then I'm just going to go ahead and glue it there on the last edge, like I said, so it makes a cute little pocket. You can use tape if you want to. I've used tape before. I know some people say that stuff sticks in there. I've never really had that problem, but do you, whatever you want to do. Then I was debating whether I wanted to cut the little tab off there, and I decided that I didn't like the way that it looked hanging off the edge there, so I went ahead and just cut it down so that it matches. And I'll probably put something right there to kind of cover up the white spot there, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But I'll probably put something like some fringe or something. Then I had this little plate that I got from one of my thrift stores, and I didn't realize that it's like taped on the back. But I mean, it has like the glue stick on the back, but I'm going to keep the packaging because there was like a nice little design on it. And of course I can use it in one of my junk journals. But this is like, it looks like a metal plate, but it's very light. So I don't know what kind of metal it is, but it is metal. It's just very, very lightweight. And I didn't add any extra glue because the adhesive was actually pretty good. So, I mean, if it falls off, then I can just grab some glue and glue it on there. But I thought this was cute. It says journey, and I figured it's a it's a journal of my journey of the year. So I had these little die cuts that I got from a thrift store, and they just happened to have all the months of the year, and I liked the lettering, so I decided, you know what, this is a bigger journal, so these are going to work perfect because they're pretty big and they were kind of too big for any of the journals that I've made. So I thought this was going to be perfect. So I'm just kind of going through the whole thing, and I'm putting all the months, and I like them kind of all over the place. I didn't realize until I was editing that I was like out of the screenshot there, the bottom part of the journal. Again, I noticed it at that point, but I got a new tripod. It's not even a tripod, it's an arm for my phone, but I'm still trying to get used to how it's right above me, as opposed to I used to kind of record at an angle. So I had to make sure that I was lower. So I'm trying to get used to it. So yeah, so I finally noticed it, and so I moved it up. And then again, I'm just putting all the months in there. I wasn't going to glue down June because I didn't want the lemons on the June side, but I just went ahead and put it on there, and I figured I can just kind of cover it up later, so it's not a big deal. There was like a little piece on the corner there, and I just cut it off because it didn't make sense. It was like a tiny little piece sticking up there. It was kind of weird, so I just cut it off. But yeah, so some of these pages are blank. Like I said, if you saw the way that I was making it, it's just a bunch of file folders that I put together. There was 6 of them, I believe. Yeah, 6 or 7 of them. And I'm just using one side of each folder for every month of the year. And this is just basically so that I can, put little memorabilia in. I have other journals and I have other places to put, bigger things, or if I'm going to write, or pictures or anything like that. I did want to put some pictures in here and I forgot to print them, so I'll have to figure something out for that. I may just do like a flip, maybe do some kind of flip over or something like that. But yeah, so as the month went on, I just kind of collected everything in the envelope that I had clipped on there. And then I'm just going to take that envelope and move it over, throughout the year. And that at the end of every month, then I'll just kind of go through and put glue everything on there. But see, these are perfect because they're nice and big, these months. It was just in a random Ziploc bag full of a bunch of die cuts. And I had them forever, and I was going to give them away. And I'm so glad that I didn't because, yeah, I use them. So here's my envelope that I had been stuffing stuff in throughout the month. And I don't really, go out very often, and we don't really do a whole lot. So that's why I figured this would work out great. Now, we don't eat out very often either. Like, I don't do takeout very often. We do, but not like other than McDonald's or, Wendy's or anything like that. So when we do, I like to, just kind of keep something from it. So these are all the little pieces. My daughter's swim meets. My husband did take me out to dinner at some point this month. And so I took some of the cards, the business cards that they had sitting up there. And this is from a cereal box. It was so nostalgic to me. So I just kind of kept it and clipped it and put it in there. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. This is a J&J fish bag. I don't know if anybody's from the Midwest. I don't know if it's just a Midwest thing or what, but they've got some good chicken, or their wings and their catfish and stuff are really good. So I had a bag. It didn't have a grease on it because it was just where they put like some sauces and salt and pepper and stuff in it, so it didn't have any grease on it. So that's why I saved it, and I'm just gonna glue it together and make a cute little pocket out of it, just in case I want to add anything. Like, see, I can put my pictures in there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can put any pictures that I didn't print out because I forgot. So yeah, I can just go ahead and put those in there if I want to, or if something, I don't know, something that I forgot shows up or whatever, I can just stuff it in there because I don't think I'm gonna have enough room. I filled up the whole page with everything. So yeah, so this is a bracelet from the hospital. I had to go to the ER at one point this month because I was having some issues. So I did go in and get checked out, and thank God everything is okay. All my numbers and everything were good. So I'm just going through kind of seeing what I want to do with everything, where I'm going to put everything. And I was going to glue these down, but then I just said, you know what, I'm going to shove them into the pocket in case I ever want to call them or anything, because you have to make a reservation. So I just kind of put them in the little pocket, which is what that's for. And then my good friend Nancy gave me, she went to Disneyland in Florida. And she brought me this amazing Princess and the Frog travel mug. And this is the tag from it. And then my daughter gave me some chocolates, and that's where that little gold foil came from. Um, so I just kind of put them together because I thought they looked cute together. So I'm going to put that, somewhere on there. I'm just kind of going through, kind of measuring things out, seeing if I can cut pieces. Like I'm going to go ahead and kind of fussy cut these little wrappers that my daughter gave me. Somebody gave her some candy for Christmas, and she was like, Mom, these are cute. And she gave them to me because she knows I like using this type of stuff for my for my junk journal. So she she's an enabler. She's probably one of the only ones that keeps things like this for me. So I put them in here. And then this is from a carton of eggs, because I just wanted to hopefully remember that eggs were a fortune this month. I mean, they were ridiculous. So this is the one that I say we have saved eggs, because they have the scriptures on the inside. So I just saved one of those, cut it out, put it in there. And again, I'm just fussy cutting all this stuff. And I really don't know what else to say other than, yeah, I'm just going through and just cutting everything out. I will be working on the Bible study in February, probably. I just wanted to kind of meditate on it and make sure that I was getting all the information that, I could for you guys without messing anything up. And I just want to be able to be as informed as possible and kind of give you all the information that I can, and kind of just give you some extra details and stuff to kind of study and meditate on when you're doing your Bible study. So yeah, trying to work on that. I just don't want to come unprepared. So working on that. But yeah, so what I did with this is I just collected all the things that I could to glue in here. And I don't know what I said on the previous part of the recording. I had to stop recording for about a day. So I don't know where I left off and kind of what I have already said. Excuse me. But, I just thought this would be a good way to, record some of my memories. I'm not really good at taking pictures, and I'm not, I used to journal, like do I guess like a daily diary type thing when I was younger and I had more time. I just don't have the time for that anymore. Sorry if I sound a little hoarse. I just came from my daughter's swim meet, so I was doing a lot of screaming. But I don't do much journaling, or I definitely don't keep a diary anymore. So I thought this would be a cute way to just, document some of the stuff that I do and some of the things that are happening. I will be adding a few like pictures in here as well. I thought the way that I put these little tickets to my daughter's swim meets together, I thought it was kind of cute, because I just kind of made them look like you're holding a hand of cards, and I thought that's what I was doing now, but apparently not. So yeah, you just kind of trim everything up to fit onto the page, and you can overlap stuff. And if you want to do, a two-page layout on this, obviously you would just kind of double up your file folders, and then you would have a double page. Again, I don't do much, so I didn't need a whole lot of room, although I did find myself struggling to make everything fit on this one page. But generally, I don't, it's only because my daughter gave me a bunch of those little pictures and, candy wrappers. So it kind of took up a little bit of extra space. But generally speaking, I think this would be more than enough for me. But, yeah, so just kind of arrange everything up. And I don't know if I talked about this earlier. Again, I'm recording a couple days later. So not really sure. My camera kind of broke. Not broke. What am I talking about? My camera turned off there, so I had to like cut it back on. I don't know what happened there, but that was why there was like a little jump in the scene in the picture there. But I am working on these monthly journals, And I started off with red for February, and then I'm going to be doing a different color or a different theme every month. And I'm excited because it's going to be so much fun. I'm just trying to put everything together and kind of get everything organized, and just finding all the stuff every time I go to like a thrift store or go to any store for that matter. I'm just looking for things in the different colors that I'm going to be working on. So I'm going to work through the rainbow. I'm gonna do a Victorian one. So the rainbow is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So that's 6. Then I'm doing Victorian. I'm doing a black one, a pink one, a teal one. That's 10. I think I'm doing a brown one. And I don't know. So I think that's it because January I worked on this one. So yeah, so that was it. So those are my 11 for the rest of the year. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on, and I think it's going to be so much fun. So if it's something that you would like to, kind of join in, I'm going to make a little, I guess like a calendar or something like that of which colors I'm going to work on every month. That way, if you want to join in, you can, and you know, or if you want to do whatever colors you want, work through the rainbow from, red to purple and do it that way. It's totally up to you. I'm trying to match up the colors with like the holidays for the month. But some of them don't really work out, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll work out in the end. And as you can see, my February side over there has the hearts, and it's actually a happy planner folder that I don't know, I got on clearance somewhere. So yeah. And so I did want to add my little hospital band in there. I'm not, I don't generally keep stuff like like this, but I don't know. I just kept it just to kind of have something to put in my journal. I was trying to find kind of how to fit it, where to put it at, but yeah, I just kind of squeezed it in there somehow. And so yeah, so by this time I've already posted my red journal. So the first video was basically me just putting my red journal together, kind of finding the papers that I'm going to use. I didn't do a whole lot of embellishing yet. Um, so I just wanted to kind of get it together, and for the most part, I'm going to be using old books that I've gotten, at different stores and what have you, and thrift stores, and wherever I found them. Dollar Tree has some really cool books, with cool, different, nice colors on the covers. So if you're ever at Dollar Tree, like if you don't have a good thrift store near you, or a thrift store that sells books at a decent price, because I know sometimes they have them for like $4 and $5 for the hardcovers, which to me is not a good deal, especially if you're just going to, cut the pages out. But um, yeah, go to Dollar Tree, and Dollar Tree has their little book section, and you can find books that you're probably not going to read anyway, but they have nice colors for covers, so definitely check that out. Um, yeah, so this is pretty much it for my monthly journal here. Be sure to stay tuned for my, monthly new junk journals that I'm going to make. And again, check me out over on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and my other YouTube channel. And that is it for this one. Until next time, guys, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles.